Oh, yeah. There we go. I can't get rid of that thing. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake stream. I am your host, as always, Frederick. That's my name. I promise that's it. Nothing else. What's up, Hayden? Hayden United 2. Hi. Hi there. Throwing out a good hashtag there. Hashtag save Cooper. Get Cooper back to his owner, Jonathan. Can't believe I remembered that. And get Freddy back to Nancy, too. Jonathan and Nancy. I never even thought about that. Jonathan and Nancy. Is that a Stranger Things 4 reference? Scream 6? What's going on there? Welcome, Russell. What's up? Smash that like button before I even came in to this awesome stream and chat. Well, Russell, you're killing it, man. You are the MVP here tonight. Thank you, Russell. I appreciate that. We got a Hayden and we got an Anakin. I have the high ground, Anakin. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. We have Luke, too, who does some stuff and has some very nice good boys in his profile picture. What's up? Angie's here. Hey, y'all. How's it hanging? How's it going? I read hanging for some reason. Welcome, Angie. Wakey. Eggs and bakey, Jakey. My dad used to say that to me every morning, Easton. Every morning. Why have friends when you have horror movies? Looks at Bambi menacingly. My God. I'm terrified, Hayden. My God. Cam is here too. Got a banging profile picture. I like that. What's up, Cam TV? And what's up, John Smith? What's up? What's up with me? I'm just vibing, man. I'm absolutely vibing. Killjoy Jakey. Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm chilling today. You know, we're going to talk a little bit about Evil Dead Rise, talk a little bit about Halloween, maybe even some Scream 6. Who knows? Who knows what will get brought up? But I do want to say, some of my wonderful channel members, I know we got Easton here. I do want to thank my amazing channel members who keep this channel going. Would not be able to do it without you guys. You guys are awesome. Let me get rid of that stinky banner for just 2 seconds. Thank you to my Ghostface tier patrons. All you guys are fucking awesome. And here's the second page. Thank you. Your support means the world to me. Can't keep doing this channel without you guys, so you guys are the best. I appreciate it. My Jason tier patrons too. Look at y'all go. Look at y'all killing it there. Jason is looking at you in approval, I promise. You just can't see it because he's got a big old mask on. And also we got Freddy here with some of my Freddy tier patrons. Thank you to Bob Hunt from Hunting for Entertainment, Chrissy Blackwell, and Brandon Meacham. I'm so sorry, Brandon. If you're watching this on replay, I'm doing my best with the pronunciation, man. But thank you everyone for being here tonight. We're gonna be vibing, listening to some crazy music, talking a little bit about horror. So we already got some questions. I'm gonna answer some of these questions real quick. We'll dive into some Evil Dead news after that. Scream 4 or Scream 5, says Luke. I probably gotta go with Scream 4. I gotta be honest. I really liked Scream 5. I do really like it, but man, Scream 4 is probably my favorite. I think it's the best sequel with the commentary, especially. I feel like it's the only one to really nail horror commentary out of all the sequels. But I do like 5 though. 5's got some great characters that, even though we bitch it, listen. I'm right there with you. I bitch and complain about the character development in 5 too, but it's still got some pretty good characters and they're very well written, I think. But I do like those are my 2 favorite sequels though. 4 and 5. It's tough. How am I? Oh, well, thank you for asking. First of all, I'm phenomenal, DeMario. I'm fantastic right now. I hope you're doing good too. Love your videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. I like your profile picture. That's dope. A movie that Jenna Ortega is in? I can name you plenty of those. Just from this year, my God. We got Studio 666, we got Scream, we got X, we got, we have Wednesday, which is a show, but close enough, coming out soon. She was in that, like, drama movie that I can't remember the name of it right now, because I just never got around to watching it. She's in a bunch of stuff. Babysitter 2. She started at Disney, too, so there you go. Jenna's been in a bunch of stuff. So more Jenna Ortega. I can't complain about that. She's fantastic in everything else, in everything she's in. Oh, I will absolutely talk about Terrifier 2, Ty. Absolutely. I I'm literally like so excited for that movie now. Listen, I was excited for it. I was covering it and I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. I'm pumped. It's gonna be an awesome slasher. But now, listen, with that trailer, my excitement is all the way through the roof. That trailer was very promising. It looks awesome. So I'm very excited for that. The kid eating the razor blades out of the cereal or whatever. That's like the most fucked up thing I've seen all year. So I am beyond impressed. Damien Leone has outdone himself, and David Howard Thornton's performance just in the trailer is phenomenal. Oh my god, when he's sneaking up behind Lauren Lavera like this, oh my god, that's so funny. And we're already making memes out of it, which you know is a good sign. We have Art the Clown wearing these like flower glasses, and he's just like standing there like this. Oh man, it looks great. I'm so excited. What a week for horror news. I know, dude. Like, it's so exciting. I'm just like, I can't keep up with it. I'm like, oh god, I want to make I could make like 4 more videos right now and still not be ahead. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I just got to live stream. Just got to live stream and talk about it. I don't know what else to do. Can't keep up with it. So much exciting news. I mean, we got release date for Hellraiser. We got Evil Dead Rise, which is something I really want to talk about tonight. Going to theaters? Like, holy shit, that's awesome. Listen, I have nothing against horror movies specifically going to streaming. I know like a lot of us have these like predictions, oh, if it goes straight to Netflix or Hulu, whatever, it's probably gonna suck. That has not really been the case lately, honestly, in my opinion at least. I've been actually really liking some of the more recent releases in franchise continuations that were going straight to streaming, and like Prey is the biggest example in my opinion. I thought Prey was really impressive. It's one of the best Predator movies easily, and I can't wait to see Hellraiser, man. I think it's gonna be good. But I will say, when I heard that Evil Dead Rise was going to HBO Max, I did have my concerns. It would be the first movie in the franchise not to get a theatrical release, and to me it's just like, man, a new Evil Dead movie though, and it's like from a director who's handpicked from fucking Sam Raimi himself. There's no way this is not something that could be in the theaters. You know what I mean? So I'm actually really excited that it just got that April release date. I think it's gonna be great. I'm so excited. So I'm very excited for the movie. I think it's gonna be great. I keep getting this comment too, which like I respect it. Honestly, I respect it because Bruce Campbell's amazing. A lot of people are saying no Ash, no Evil Dead, and I get it. Like, I get if you love Ash. I mean, he's an amazing character, like one of the best, maybe the best final guy ever, like, of course. But, like, he's up there now, you know what I mean? Like, he's old, he just wants to produce. And I get it. I'm totally fine with that, too. I think it's still going to be a good movie, though, because if we learned anything from the Evil Dead remake from 2013, it's that this is a pretty fucking awesome concept. And I love what this franchise is becoming, what Sam Raimi is turning it into. That's what's so exciting to me. And oh, hey, everybody, we got my friend, my best friend in the whole world here, Jake Aganyaga, saying about to go see Nope right now. Jake, I'm so sorry I couldn't answer your call. I've been streaming for like hours. But dude, enjoy, man. Have fun. It's a banger. So you're gonna like it, dude. it's a good one. This stream makes me want to give you my baby. Yes, I'm not gonna say that actually. I'll get in trouble, Jake. I'll get in trouble for complying to that. But thank you for the offer regardless. I hope you like Nope though, man. I've been hyping it up to Jake for a while now, so I hope he digs it. But the thing that I love about the Evil Dead franchise, what Sam Raimi's trying to do with it, is he's trying to essentially turn it into a place where first time like horror directors can go and make their movie and like get their start, just like how he did with the first Evil Dead. And I love that. I don't know if y'all heard that Windows sound just came through. That's really funny. But man, I love that's as a conceptually for a horror franchise. That is just so cool to me. Very reminiscent of like the VHS movies. Like it's kind of the same idea, and I fucking love that. Like whenever Sam Raimi sees someone, he's like, oh, this guy's pretty good. He knows what he's doing, and it's pretty awesome that we can do that. So. I think that's kind of, I love that about the franchise personally. I know some people would love to see Ash back and Sam Raimi directing, but personally, this is something that's even more wonderful to me. We have a whole bunch of more directors coming and killing it. I just think it's great. I think it's an awesome idea. I really do. What's up, Slashing It with Matt? Great year for horror. Fuck yeah, it is. Can't wait for Halloween Ends. Have you seen the trailer for The Patient with Steve Carell? Looks pretty interesting, coming to Hulu. Ooh. Is this a horror movie with Steve Carell? I have not checked this out yet, but I'll have to. I've been discussing on these streams I've been discussing on these streams lately that I kind of want to do a entire channel where it's just a reaction channel, and I would love to start looking at like crazier trailers or something. Like every horror trailer that comes out, I would do a reaction of it on this second page. I'm interested in doing that. It all depends on what I can. I don't know. I'm trying to. I want to have like 3 channels ultimately. That would be the goal here. So we'll just see. We'll have to see. Lightning Ghost. I started Joyride and I didn't finish it. Maybe it gets better, but like the opening scene I did not love. I was not the biggest fan of like the start of it. But I hear it gets great. I hear it's a good movie. But I have no time. I have just no time for sitting around watching something unless it's something for the channel, unfortunately. So I got to watch Goodfellas today, though. That's been on my watch list for a long time. That's a pretty good movie. I was like, oh, okay. It's crime movies have never been like my thing really, but like I can appreciate something when it's really well done, and that was an excellent movie. So got some time to rest today, which was nice. All Hallows Eve or Terrifier. I see the argument for both. But I like Terrifier much more. All Hallows Eve is cool, but when Art the Clown isn't on the screen, I lose interest almost entirely. Like, hot take. Some of those other skits are just not very well written, but All Hallows Eve does have some fucking awesome moments, like Art the Clown popping up in the back seat of the car, and the very ending, if you know what I'm talking about. Awesome sequences, but David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown just is, that's the thing for me. He pushes that movie forward. I think I like Terrifier more, but All Hallows Eve is not bad. Like, it's got some really good scenes, man. It's got some really awesome banging scenes. I was just wondering if you had any theories about how Dr. Mathis is going to play a part in Halloween Ends. Well, I'll tell you this, Andy. I have some theories on that and Corey and their correlation in this movie, because we're definitely setting up this Dr. Mathis character to be something big, and it's something I feel like a lot of people are missing out on, because we have like our main characters who are still alive. We have Laurie, we have Allison, we have Lindsay Wallace, we have Frank Hawkins. And I feel like the movie's going to mostly center on them. But then the other 2 characters did I say Lindsay Wallace? I hope I said Lindsay Wallace. I don't know. But the other thing about this that's interesting is we also have Corey Cunningham and Dr. Mathis playing some big roles here as well. So what is going to happen? What's going to happen with all that? What is their like their appearance in this movie? What is that going to amount to? And I really think that it's going to be another Sartain situation, just played off a little differently. So we'll have to see. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see what they do with it. I think it's going to be like Dr. Mathis is once again just obsessed with the character. Maybe Corey is in the same boat, also obsessed, starts dressing up like Michael. I want to see a movie of a bunch of misunderstandings. I think that would be really interesting. I love when there's a character driven by a misunderstanding in a horror movie. That's always just so interesting and leads to a really chaotic third act. So if we have Dr. Mathis going after Michael, but it's really Corey Cunningham, he's going after the wrong guy the entire movie, and this just ends chaotically for everybody. I would be so down for something like that. That could be a really fun thing to watch. The dramatic irony of knowing that Dr. Mathis is going after the wrong person the whole time could also be really funny. Like, I think it would be like, oh my god, dude, like you're gonna fuck this up. No. So I think that would be dope. That's the one thing that I feel like none of us are 100% sure on. We're all kind of speculating what Corey Cunningham's role is going to be in the movie, and I feel like it's not like obvious, but it makes sense for him to be obsessed with Michael. It makes sense for him to have some kind of connection to Michael Myers and be the ultimate factor that brings Laurie and Michael together. Something that these new 3 movies have really established as being a thing is that Michael's not going after Laurie. It's almost like the other way around in this timeline. Now, to me, the most interesting thing after rewatching both the movies again, I really like the first time I watched both of them, I was like, oh, Michael's not supernatural. Like, you know what I mean? They're going a different route with it, but man, now I don't know. I'm starting to think that maybe he is a little supernatural. So I'm really curious to see what they do with that. I'm very excited to see. I'm very excited to see if they make him even more supernatural or not. I personally think it would be more interesting if they just kept him like an actual human. They don't explain it. They just make it keep the mystique of Michael Myers. I think that's more fun. and just to kill him. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Michael dying in the movie, as long as they don't. I think the worst thing they could do to Michael in this movie is over-explain his character. That's the worst timeline, in my opinion. If they kill him, whatever. I know some people are like, you can't kill the boogeyman, Jake. You can't do it. But I think the worst option for Michael in this timeline is to be over-explained. I think that takes away his how scary he is as a character. So we'll just have to see what they do. I hope they stick the landing with the end of this trilogy, because think about if this movie is awesome too. I think it would make Kills retroactively a much better movie too, being in the middle of the timeline here. Lighting Ghost with the $20 super chat. Holy crap! Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Really, it means a lot. It means a lot to help this small channel here. Lightning Ghost is saying, in your vid yesterday, you mentioned Freddy and Cooper went missing on October 12th. Didn't the first Scream 2022 trailer drop on October 12th last year, I think? I think so too. You might be onto something there. I kind of like that. Man, you know what? I bet I could look that up right now. Scream 2022. Let's just find this out right now. October 12th, baby. Okay. Interesting discovery there. I wonder, see, now you gotta wonder, is this just a reference to the last movie? Is this just a reference to Scream 2022, or is this a clue as to what the hell's going on in this movie? Is this, I think the biggest thing about Scream 6 that's going to be interesting is it a continuation to 5? Like, are more things than just the characters crossing over into this movie, or is this going to be a brand new story with the same characters, essentially? So I think you all know what I lean towards, but I would be curious to see them, if they want to make these two movies connect, okay, but I think they got to stop making things connect all the way back to the original. They could make 5 and 6 connect really well, I think, but everything going back to the original is just going to hurt these sequels, I think. It's going to overcomplicate them at this point. You could do that in Screams 2 and 3. You know, you could, that all works for me, but past that, the stories for these movies start to get too complicated, I think. So, and I really think simplicity is something that aids these movies a lot. But you do have a point about that. That's a really good theory there. There might be some kind of connection. So, we'll just have to see. Now, I do want to say with I know a theory that's just coming to mind now is like, oh, maybe the next trailer comes out October 12th. But we'll probably get marketing for Scream 6 not until December. Just because, like, the release date is way later into the year now. It's March 31st opposed to January 14th. So that's why we started marketing the last movie in October of last year, which, you know, that makes sense timeline-wise, how you want to market a big movie like that, like about 3 months before. So probably December is when they do the marketing. But what October 12th means, I'm sure it's somewhat important to the plot. We've seen that now pop up twice in these set photos. So I'm excited to see what they do. I'm just really excited. And Lighting Ghost, thank you so much for the support. That really means a lot. That's a big super chat, and that really keeps this channel alive, and it means a lot. Canary Fair is saying, Laurie dies, Michael dies. They make a new Halloween with a new cast, new story, and they will somehow revive him. I don't think it'll be the same timeline though, Canary Fair. Like if they give it to another studio or something, or maybe if Blumhouse keeps it going. I seriously doubt they keep the same timeline. I don't know. To me, that would just be... This is the franchise where you can start another timeline if you want. You can have a brand new story if you wanted to. So I don't think I don't think they'll revive them. That would just that would retroactively ruin ends, and it's not the first time that's happened in this franchise before. Like, look at Resurrection, man. Resurrection ruins H2O if you keep that canon. So I don't know, man. Jake, you didn't have to do that, man. I appreciate it. But Jake is saying, I was walking around on lunch today and I almost stepped in human feces. Well, you know, that's Boston for you. No, I'm totally kidding. You know what's funny about Boston is it's one of the cleanest cities I've ever been to. It's something I was telling my buddy Jake is out in Boston right now working. I got to visit him recently, and I told him, I'm like, dude, this is like I've been to a few cities. This is the cleanest city I've ever been to in my life. No, Boston is gorgeous. I'm actually kind of shocked that there was human feces out there to be stepped on. Wow, that's something special there. Jake, thanks for the support, man. You didn't have to do that, but that means a lot. Thank you. Thanks, Jake. Thank you. I'm so sorry you got shit on your shoe, man. That's unfortunate. Malachi is asking, is Evil Dead Rise is a sequel or not? I'm assuming they're going to take the same route as the remake, where it's like questionably in the canon, or maybe not. I think it's one of those things where it could potentially be a sequel, but it seems like it's going to be, just from the plot description, it seems like it's going to be a brand new thing. Like they find the Necronomicon like somewhere deep in the bowels of the basement of this building they live in. So I'm assuming it's going to be like one of those situations where it's just a one-off. It's like a one-shot if you've ever played like D&D. It's a one-shot in the same universe at some point. So like, yeah, it's a sequel technically, but does it continue a story from the past? No, I don't think, at least. And I'm okay. Like, I'm so fine with that. I don't know why more horror sequels don't do this. Like, every horror sequel nowadays has to be some continuation from a past storyline. I'm so much more interested in movies like that, where it's just like brand new story with the same kind of idea, you know? That to me is so much more fascinating. Luke is asking when Red Right Hand comes out. December 20th, baby. And I know I was just kind of expressing concern about the movie, but I think we will be able to get it out by December 20th. There's just wow, there is so much that goes into making a movie. You have no idea. So yeah, we're working very hard on it. I'm so tired. I'm perpetually tired. But you know what? It's gonna be worth it, because this thing is fucking, like, the shit that we've already cobbled together is I'm very proud of it. I'm very excited for you guys to see it. It's something really just fucking, it's the grossest Scream movie easily. So I think a lot of you will like it. A lot of you will be appalled by it too. And that is exactly what we're going for. Obi is saying the VHS 99 poster looks great. Fuck yes, it does. From Creepy Duck Art, who makes the best posters. Truly should be making like every poster for every big horror movie that comes out. I love his work. Jake, thanks for stopping by, man. Enjoy Nope, dude. Hell yeah. But yeah, the VHS 99 poster looks fucking dope. I'm very excited to see. I'm very excited to see this movie. And I love that the poster, if you look closely at it, the eyes are like the lenses of like a VHS camera. I want to see if I can find this VHS 99 poster. I'll throw it up on the stream so you all can see it. It looks fucking dope. Man, I'm so excited for this fucking movie. I love VHS 94 was so good. I enjoyed every skit was good. Every moment of it was so, I don't know. It was sick. You guys know how much I love Ratma too. So man, I don't know. I think it's really going to be something special. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Here we go. So throwing this up now for you guys to see, because this is pretty dope. The VHS 99 poster. Here we go. Here we go again. Kayan, I gotta throw your comment down. I'm so sorry, man. But there we go. That's the VHS 99 poster from Creepy Duck Art Designs. Very awesome shit. I'm just unbelievably excited for this movie. It's gonna be great. I even had the absolutely wonderful one of the directors, Flying Lotus, who's one of the directors for VHS 99. He sent me a message on like a DM on Twitter saying how he was so thankful for all the praise and stuff in my video, and I was just like losing my mind. I've been a fan of his since he was working with Adult Swim, and he watches my videos. Like, what the? I'm nobody. I'm just some dork who talks about horror movies, and it's just like, that's so cool. So his skit, I'm sure, is going to be great. We also have Johannes Roberts attached to this project. I cannot remember the other. Tyler McIntyre's the other big name, and then there's a few up and comers too, which is once again something I love about this franchise, that a bunch of up and comers can get roles like this. I can't remember the names of the other 3 directors actually, but they're also fantastic. I haven't either, Katie. I'm so excited to see it though on October 20th of this year. Check out VHS 94 if you have not seen that yet though, because that is also on Shudder. So check that out on Shudder, and then on October 20th, watch the next one, VHS 99. So 94 is a banger. It's the best in the franchise, in my opinion. So, and John's been throwing out some bold predictions, so let's talk a little bit about this. Halloween Ends will have 2 cuts. Theater will have the good ending, where Laurie survives, and Peacock will have the bad ending, where Michael kills Laurie. I gotta be honest, I'm not against that at all. Like, I know, I've seen, obviously we had, I saw Jimmy Champagne did a video talking a little bit about this, and he's like he kind of ended the video talking about like, I don't think that's gonna happen, but it would be kind of dope. this is not the first time that the franchise has done something like this, where they've had multiple cuts of the movies. There's like multiple cuts of almost all of these movies. So I could absolutely see them doing that for a Peacock release like that. It would be so bold to do that. And I think it would really drive a lot of people to Peacock, which is clearly something that they want to do, even though there is nothing to watch on that streaming service. Unless, you haven't seen They/Them yet, but I don't even know if that's worth your time. That's about it. That's all I can think is on Peacock. So, but regardless, I would love to see that happen. That would be such a weird, crazy thing to happen. And I'm all about weird, crazy shit like that. So let's see it happen. Michael with the $5 super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. I hope Salem's Lot doesn't get the stake through the heart at Warner Bros. Yeah, just got delayed indefinitely. We don't know if it's gotten canceled yet, though. But it did get its release date removed and just indefinitely suspended. We don't know what's going on with that. We even got like if you can look up pictures for that movie and all that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that movie. And the same thing's going on with the Children of the Corn movie too. We have no just barely any update on that either. There's just been a lot of radio silence, and no pun intended. But yeah, I don't know, man. Hopefully we get something for that. I really would love to see that. I love the first Salem's Lot. I think it's a little slow. That's my one complaint. So there's room for whenever there's room for improvement on one of these classics, I'm always down for more personally. So Michael, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Lightning goes to the $5 super chat. You're the MVP tonight, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Just move love Josh. I mean, what? just move the love to Josh. I'm sorry, man. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. Much love to you, Lightning Ghost. Much love. There we go. If you're looking for love, there's always love here. You know that. You know there's always love here. Regardless, I appreciate the super chat, though. Thank you. We got Sphinx here, by the way. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate that. I too love this shirt, so I appreciate that a whole lot. Thank you. Had to get the Friday attire for Friday. I was thinking, you know what? It's Friday the 26th, which is double the 13, which means it's double the scares. There you go. Double the spooky talk, baby. Let's fucking go. Speaking of that, favorite Friday the 13th. Ooh, that's really tough because I do love a lot of these. The ones I rotate the most are probably 2, the final chapter, part 7. I'm trying to think. The 2009 movie, I watched that one a lot. I really like that one. I actually watched Jason Takes Manhattan a lot too. I think that one's just a fun movie. It's not a good movie, but I think it's fun. Even like I enjoy the boat stuff. Like I know a lot of people don't, but I actually do. I find it fun. There's some fun sequences there. Even if the characters are kind of lackluster in that movie for the most part, but all the third act stuff is great. I think it's a very fun, silly movie. So. But man, I think structure-wise, like if we're talking like what is objectively the best Friday the 13th movie, probably 2, just from like a plot standpoint. I think the second movie has like the best written scripts. Hot take. Even though I do really like 4 too. 4 is also really well written. 4 has the best characters, but 2 I think has the best script. Like I really love Ginny. I think she's a great final girl. She's honestly my favorite. Like hot take. I love Tommy Jarvis, man, but Ginny's my favorite. So hell yeah. Joe, thank you so much for the support, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I absolutely won't do that last bit there. Absolutely not. Thanks for the support though, man. I really appreciate that. Joe's great. If you guys don't watch the Dreaming Insomniacs, go check them out. They have some great music, and Joe runs a really awesome podcast that I have been on twice now. So go listen to that. Go check it out. Always have a good time over there. It's always a good time. I have an idea for a Psycho fan film where a detective investigates a spree of murders, but it seems like Norman is not involved since he is locked up in a mental hospital. You know, I'd be down for some more Psycho. I'd be down for a little bit of Psycho right now. Who could play Norman Bates nowadays? What about what the hell is what's that one guy from Sinister's name? James Ransone. James Ransone could play him, I think. He would do a good job at that. Little Norman Bates action. Psycho's so underrated, man. You know, I know a lot of people look at old movies and they're like, you know, I just don't like old movies. But Psycho has aged so well. It has aged like fine wine. That is a fucking banging movie. Like, go back and watch that original Psycho. It's so good. Ugh. And as RJ from X would say, the beginning is a MacGuffin. So if you think you know where it's going, oh, hell no, my friends. If there wasn't that one scene where that detective character or whatever just kind of explains the whole thing, I think it would be a perfect movie. It's great. It's awesome. So banging fucking movie. Love me some Psycho. Love me some Hitchcock. It's good. You gotta, and you know, another thing about like writing horror movies and stuff, if you're someone who's trying to make a movie, you gotta go back and watch some of those old movies because you learn a lot. You learn a lot from like old movies that like things we don't do anymore and things we should be doing still that we don't. And it's interesting to go back and watch those movies and be like, why don't we do this in movies anymore? I should do that. And then it's like, oh, hey, wait a minute. Yeah. Red Right Hand leaked logo in the background. Oh my God, Ethan, you have figured it out. There you go. Yeah, that's our prop box right there, which I don't know. Maybe I've been leaving that in the background on purpose, but there's some hints and clues right there for where the movie's going, but I'm not going to say any more than that. That would, I'd just be giving shit away at that point. I basically am now, but yeah, no, I'm very excited for you guys to see it. If you haven't seen the poster, here's like the official. This is like the official poster. This is the poster that's going home with some of our Kickstarter supporters, and I wanted to thank y'all for that. This is a hand-drawn poster that I wanted to look like an old-school horror movie, like that Creature from the Black Lagoon poster in the background. You can see where the inspiration is there. There you go. But we also wanted to do like a more modern-looking one, right, like this, and just kind of show that, hey, we're not here to fuck around. You know, this Red Right Hand is a scary fucking movie while also being a very cool Scream-esque mystery. So I really think you guys are gonna like it. It's a very fun movie. it's very, very dark. It has a good mystery too. So I hope you guys like it. I wish we had more money. You know, that's the one thing. If we had like a shit ton of money, it would have been even crazier. Would have been things blowing up and shit if we could have afforded that. But obviously, yeah. Oh yeah, Alfred Hitchcock Rope. I have not seen that one. I've heard of that one though. But hell yeah. It comes out just in time for the Christmas week. Can't wait to scope it out. It's a perfect movie for Christmas too. Watch it with the watch it with the whole family. There's nothing severely fucked up in it. I'm not gonna promise that there's not anything severely fucked up in that movie, but oh man, that's all I'm gonna say. I think I think that some people are going to some people are gonna check that movie out and think, oh, it's just a Scream movie. You know, I can watch this with my kids. There's one scene in particular that is so unbelievably fucked up. I can't really talk about it too much, but I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for people to see it. Yo, they look sick, bro. Thank you, bruh. Thanks, bruh apps. Appreciate it. Just recently picked up my Creature from the Black Lagoon Funko Pop. I have been wanting to buy one of those for as long as since the dawn of time. I've been wanting one of those. My buddy has one that like glows in the dark and shit, and I'm just like, oh, I would love to have one of those. That'd be sweet. Poster's looking fire. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a whole lot, Lee. Thank you. I'm writing a horror movie. I want to give details, but I don't want to reveal my idea. It's great. Almost a mix of Hereditary with Final Destination. Ooh. Go for it, man. Go for it. Write horror movies. Have fun. There you go. I have seen In the Earth. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I haven't seen too much Ben Wheatley movies, but I really loved that. The cinematography was gorgeous. It was a very mysterious film. I had a good time with it. I liked it. It was cool. The middle of that movie is pretty fucked up too. I really enjoyed. That was probably my favorite part. Like the end of the first act, early second act was great. So I love the oh my god, excuse me. I love the Happy Death Day movies. They are fucking awesome. I'm trying to think like my one criticism of the second movie is it's kind of not a horror movie. Like it's basically just it's basically just like a teen comedy movie. And what I liked about the first one was it was kind of like a mix of like modern teen movies with like a Scream type slasher, and then it also has this sci-fi element thrown into it. And Just feel like the second movie was kind of off with the tone a little bit. And I kind of see how they wrote themselves into a corner. I love that they furthered the overall, like, what's going on in that timeline. I love world building like that, and Christopher Landon does it really well. But the world building in that movie kind of defeats the horror aspect of it, which if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It's surprisingly a complicated film for how simple the premise is, which I think is so cool. But the first one's like really well done. The first Happy Death Day is fantastic, great mystery, and some great characters. Tree is slowly becoming one of my favorite characters in modern horror. I really like. She's just amazing, played by Jessica Roth. She's fantastic in those movies. So I really hope they get to make the third one. So. Really hope they get to make the third one and make it more horror because, yeah, I kind of agree. I think the second, I saw someone say that 2 was disappointing, and it wasn't like, I had a fun time with it. You know what I mean? It was still fun, but there was just like, there was no horror. And there's even one point in the movie where they're kind of just like, oh yeah, well, you know, there's still a killer running around, but whatever. It never affects our main characters in the plot, which that's probably my one big complaint. I think if they would have found a way around that, it would have worked. I think the whole movie would have been fine and it would have been awesome. But I don't hate it because I really appreciate the world building element to it. The side characters are really good. Like Sarah Yarkin is fantastic in that movie. I can't remember the one dude's name for the life of me, but like he was also really good with the blonde hair. I can't remember that character's name or even the actress that plays him. But I don't know, man. I think it's this franchise still has a lot of potential to do something super fresh in a third movie, I think. So Happy Death Day to You, though, didn't do all that well at the box office, which is a shame. Like, and I get it, you know, it's not definitely the first one's definitely better, but I think that they set up a third movie really well, and I would still love to see that happen. Sphinx, I'm probably not going to go episode by episode like how I did last year. I kind of did up to episode 4 and then just kind of called it quits. I'll probably do an entire season review when it comes out, but I'm just like, I'm not super pumped for this new Chucky season. I think it's going to be good. You know, I'm excited. And maybe it's badass. Maybe it's way better than season 1. But I'm going to do a season review of it for sure. But I don't know if I'm going to break down every episode. I don't know. I love Chucky, too. I love Child's Play. But the show has been just like easily my least favorite Chucky thing from any of the... I think all the movies are better than that first season, personally. But I'll do a review of it for sure when it's all said and done. And I'll try to keep up with it the best I can. The other thing is, like, shows are so hard for me to keep up with. Like, I wake up and I start working on my YouTube channel nowadays. So when I can go see a movie and do a review of that, that's like, okay, I can work that into my schedule. Easy to do. So, but I'm still excited for it. I'm still gonna check it out. And I'm rooting for it too. You know, I love all the people involved. I really do. Jennifer Tilly's amazing. The Dorifs, both Fiona and Brad are phenomenal. Don Mancini, of course, is fucking awesome. So I'm rooting for it. I really hope it's good. But man, like when the moment I heard it was going to Sci-Fi, I'm like, Sci-Fi's gonna fuck that up, and it's such a shame because Sci-Fi fucks up everything. Hot take, but we'll just have to see, man. Maybe they turn it around. You know, maybe they do. So. Hopefully. Got my fingers crossed. Bucko is here. What's up, Buck? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hi. Welcome all to the stream if you're just joining, if you're whatever you're doing today. Whatever you got going on this wonderful Friday night. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I got my Code Red Mountain Liquid because I probably can't say the name of it, but I'm just vibing myself, so... Chucky versus Sharknado Sci-Fi. Which one do I like more? I probably like Chucky more than I like the Sharknado movies, but man, it's not bad, but it's got some problems. Lee, thank you so much for that big super chat. I appreciate that. You know, I can't leave without showing some love. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Lee. You're constantly supporting the page, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I hope you have a badass rest of your night. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate that. Any updates on Samara Weaving? She is super hot. She is. She's awesome too, man. I fucking love Samara Weaving. I really don't have too much to say about her besides what we've already gotten in the in the pictures. I'm trying to see if I can find this one. So this is the most recent set photo we got of her, as well as this one where she's standing with Jasmine and Tony, and we got Mason, that little cute little picture up there. So we don't really have too much to go off of, but I will say this is something I feel like a lot of us are forgetting about, this picture right here. Samara Weaving is very clearly wearing something black underneath this bag that she has, which is clearly covering up whatever she's wearing. And that's just kind of suspicious to me. And we also got this picture right here. And if you look at Tony Revolori's shoes, they very much so resemble some Ghostface boots, I would say. So what are the odds that they announce both of those characters around the same time and then they both end up being Ghostface? I don't know, man. We'll have to see. we'll have to see. What's up, Extron Gaming? What's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. We got Ethan asking, why'd I change my intro? I had a couple of reasons. I've been wanting to change it for a while. Like, you know, every time I make a video, I watch that. And it's also, I gotta have the longest intro for any horror channel out there right now. It's a long intro. It's cool. I really like it. The music behind it, I wrote myself, which I thought was sweet. If you watch my outro now, it's the same music that I used in the intro. So I changed that too. But I wanted to do something that was a little quicker. I had this big horror channel, and I'm not going to say who, comment on one of my videos saying like, dude, I think your watch time would go up significantly if you had a shorter intro. And what do you know, this week I've been using that intro, and my watch time, views, and subscribers have gone way up from where they were last week. So I had to change it. I know a lot of people love it, but I think I had to change it it was for the best, ultimately. I gotta go. Oh man, Sphinx. Well, thanks for stopping by though. Regardless, I appreciate it. Have a good one, man. Thank you. Thank you for all that. Appreciate it. Save Cooper. Hell yeah, save Cooper, baby. Gotta save the dog and the cat now. Radio Silence has just given us a lot to do. God damn, man. Poor dog, poor cat. These good boys and good kitties are running around. Ghostface is going after them. What the fuck, man? This is gonna be like the most evil Ghostface, man. I don't know. I am actually excited for a more evil Ghostface though, and I've had a few comments from people talking about like, oh well, you know, like it's typical for a serial killer to start with animals, which is like really awful. Like it's an awful thing. But if they want to go the route of having a serial killer Ghostface this time around, and not like the typical teenager or college kids that are the killers most of the time in these movies. I'm saying like a Ghostface who is like a professional serial killer that wears the mask and like goes after people and stuff. That could be really cool, man. That would be so different from anything we've gotten in the past. They tried to do that with Mickey, but they just decided, hey, that Billy's mother would be cooler, I guess. I'll never understand that decision personally, but hopefully we can see that actualized in the sequel with a better Mickey. Hot take. I know some people love Mickey just the way he is, but they could have done a lot more with his character, I think. Especially with the mystery. He just kind of vanishes from the movie at one point, so maybe we'll get some kind of a Mickey-esque Ghostface in this movie. Josh Segarra, man, he could totally pull that off, I think. He could do it. Ho ho! give me that Mickey. Ho ho! I'm gonna kill your family. Ho! I can't do it that well, but yeah, something like that. Will I be able to get Red Right Hand on Blu-ray? That's all gonna depend. That's gonna depend on if we can get funding for that. We're thinking about launching another Kickstarter campaign in January to do more rewards like that, because I know I've already had a bunch of people say like, oh Jake, like I would love to get like a Blu-ray, I would love to get some merch and stuff, and I'm thinking if we can get funding for it, I will absolutely send it out, like for sure. We'll do another Kickstarter campaign, and if that gets funded, we'll send out more merch. So we also might, like, because you're legally allowed to sell art of stuff, so we might be selling like some t-shirts and like posters stuff in the store too. Which, if you guys don't know, I do have a fun little store. If you guys want to get like a Ghost Jake shirt, look at that. Look at that Ghost Jake shirt. Go ahead and get one. Or advertise to none of your friends that you have horror movies instead. You know, why not? Or wait until the Red Right Hand trailer drops, and we'll have a Red Right Hand shirt that me and Matt, are working on. So there you go. And like I said, if you want to get the Blu-ray, that's gonna have to be something that we get funded, because those are not cheap to produce, not even in the slightest. So if that Kickstarter campaign that we're probably going to do in like January, if that's successful, then yeah, a bunch of people will be getting some Blu-rays. So we'll just have to see. Hopefully the movie gets some. Maybe people are like, yeah, this movie's cool. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm so excited for Evil Dead Rise, though, especially that getting a theatrical release coming out April 21st of next year is super exciting stuff to me. I think that with that, I all these people who are hating on the movie, I get a bunch of comments on my Evil Dead Rise Everything We Know video. I get a video on that with people saying a bunch of stuff like, I'm just not interested in this movie. And I'm like, why? Like, this sounds so interesting. I would not, like, personally, I wouldn't want another Evil Dead that takes place at the cabin. We've done that so many times, not only in the show, but in the movies now. I mean, 3 of the fucking movies are at a cabin. Let's do something else. Let's play around with the setting. Why not? Why not? You know, I mean, this is the 5th film in the franchise. Let's fuck around with it. So I'm so down for I'm so down for the high-rise building setting that's so like Lovecraftian. I'm excited to see what they do with that. Hopefully it's like hanging out in the middle of space or something. That would be dope. I'm actually really pumped for the setting, and I'm excited to see these new characters in action. I'm always down for new stories in long running franchises like this. So we'll just have to see what they do, but I'm excited for it. Literally everyone that I know that isn't my family doesn't like horror movies. I literally have no one to talk to about them. Luke, that was my situation for the longest time. I would just talk about I would just talk about like horror movies to people, and they would just look at me like I'm crazy, like blank stares, like what? I had a friend at Chipotle that I would talk about horror movies with all the time. She was like the one person I could talk horror with. I gotta hit these people up, you know. You gotta keep these horror people close so that you can so you can keep talking with them. So what's up? Well, welcome to the stream, Kane. Welcome. We always do streams more than 1 hour. They are a blast. Yeah, no, I'll definitely go for at least an hour. That's, you know, I mean, I don't want to do something that's not worth your guys' time. You know, that's why I bust my ass on this channel, so you guys can have some awesome content. I try to go for like 2 hours nowadays. I try to go for at least 2 hours. My longest stream was like 4 hours once. I got to do one that's like fucking crazy. I'll have to do like a 7-hour stream like Craven Something Scary does. But like, I also just feel like if you go for that long, like by the time you get into like hour 5 or hour 6, like there's just no energy, you know? So that's why I try to do like 2 to 4 hour streams typically. And then I typically call it. So sadly, this is my Friday night date. Well, I hope you're enjoying your date, Chrissy. I hope you're having a good time. That's really funny. Mr. Rick, ever think of doing a location video? Yeah, I've done a bunch of them. Yes. Oh, go check out my location videos. They're good. Making a movie and all that, I don't have the funds as of right now to do more location videos, but I do have a bunch up on the page. Right now, I've done one for I did one for Halloween Kills, Scream 5. What else did I do? Thanksgiving, It Follows, Scream 4. There's a couple more I just can't think of, but I've done a few location videos. Oh, I went to the Dawn of the Dead and Night of the Living Dead filming locations too. So there's a whole playlist with all those on my page. They're some of my best videos on this channel, I think. I did a lot of research going into them, talking about those, talking about all the locations and stuff. So check those videos out. They're good. They're a lot of fun. Those are the videos I easily had like the most fun making on this page. So check them out. James, I have not seen all the Urban Legend movies. I have yet to see the last one, like the third movie in the franchise. But of the first two, I definitely like the first one better. But that second one is second one's good though. Like that. I do like that second one. It's fun. Both of the Urban Legend movies that I've seen, I really enjoyed. I thought they were good. So. Judge my ranking of the Scream franchise unpopular. 4 greater than 1. Oh man, I love 4. Like I love 4. Don't get me wrong, but that first movie is just I don't even think it's none of the sequels compare to that first movie. I don't think, but I do like. I pretty much agree with your rank. Like, well, I don't know. I definitely like 5 more than 3 and 2, like for sure. And four is my favorite sequel. But hey, man, that's totally valid. Luke, this is a safe space for horror rankings and opinions and all that. Throw out your opinion, throw out whatever the hell you want to talk about, and there you go. It's all bueno. It's all good in the hood, as they say. So, yeah, but some hot takes there, Luke. I gotta say, some hot takes. For me, what makes a horror movie is a good, like, just really good sequences of terror, some good kills, some good, like, a great soundtrack too. A soundtrack can make or break a movie, and by far that first movie has the best soundtrack, I think. Like, I like what Brian Tyler did with 5, but it's a little too atmospheric for my taste, and I like that there's little motifs and stuff in that first movie that the other films just don't have, and that's what really sets it so much farther above the rest of the movies in that franchise for me. What movie location set would you enjoy staying overnight in, say with a group? I would love to do, well, so I stayed overnight at in Wilmington twice now to film a Scream 5 and a Halloween Kills location video. They were both filmed in the same place, surprisingly. And I would love to go to Montreal because I hear it's gorgeous. Chris from Discover Montreal talks very highly of it. So I would love to go there and do a location video for that. I'm trying to plan that out. But we'll have to see if I can do that. I was gonna try to go to California this past spring, but it just wasn't possible, man. I couldn't do it. But I would love to do the original Scream, go to all those locations for sure. So, James, me and you have the same ranking of the franchise, pretty much. Yeah, no, it's actually the same. I like, that's to me. Four has really grown on me even more. I like 4 even more now, and 2 is really, like, every time I watch it, I like it less, honestly. So. 3 used to be the bottom, but 3 has moved up. I don't know, man. Like 2, a lot of people see some fun stuff in 2, but that is easily my least favorite of the franchise. I don't know if that's even ever gonna change. Unless 6 is a bomb. Like if 6 bombs, man, that would suck. But I'm predicting that I like 6 more than 5, but not as much as 4. That's kind of mentally where I'm at for predictions. But hey, maybe I'm completely blown. Maybe I'm wrong, and it's like the best movie in the franchise. That would be great too. Do you think Laurie could survive an encounter with Art the Clown? Not too many people do survive encounters with Art the Clown. So I don't know. I mean, I think she would put up a good fight though, better than most for sure. I am 100% of the opinion that Art is more deadly than Michael for sure. So hot take, but we'll have to. I'm so unbelievably excited for Terrifier 2 too, man. Like that movie's gonna be fucking awesome. Some of those shots from that fucking movie are insane. I mean, it looks like a completely different film franchise than the first Terrifier. And like I said, I've said this a million times. I love those movies so much. Like, I love that first Terrifier so much. It's great. I think it's one of the best uses of practical effects in modern horror for sure. Like, some of those kills are so impressive and look great. Easily some of the best kills in horror movies in a long time. But man, the story, there's not too much story in that first movie, and I really do value a good story too in a horror movie. I want to be invested in characters, and they kill their main characters like not even halfway through the movie, which I think is kind of an odd choice. I don't know if it works for me personally, but I almost wish the main girl from the movie would have lived more than halfway through the movie. But I still love Terrifier. Like, our David Howard Thornton's performance is fucking unmatched. It's easily one of the best today's, and I really think Terrifier 2 is going to just be this massive improvement and really make this a consistent horror franchise. They've already been talking about plans for a Terrifier 3, so like, man, this is gonna shape up to be a really interesting franchise. And I kind of love that they just keep getting better. You know, that's also really exciting. So. How would I do face to face with Art? I would just die, bro. I mean, he would just kill me. there'd be no fight. I would cry in the corner and he'd slice up my throat. It would be awful. Terrifier 2 probably gonna be the longest slasher ever at over 2 hours long, and I'm all for it. I agree. There's also, you know, I would be weirded out if the movie was 2 hours long and they weren't implementing a bigger story, but they are. That's the big difference here. It's going to be a much bigger and grander story than the first movie, which is really going to serve it. I honestly feel like that first Terrifier should only be like 60 minutes, and that would be perfect. But now we have a movie that's going to be something like supernatural. It's going to be like just a bigger, crazier story. There's a bunch of unanswered. We have more questions from the trailer than less. Like it answered some stuff about what the movie's going to be about, but there's ultimately so many more questions I have now about where the fuck they're going in Terrifier 2. And we have like people are asking, is art supernatural now? Like what the hell's going on with that? I would say like, yeah, that's kind of, I don't know how else to explain shit that happens in the trailer besides that, yes, art is definitely supernatural. Now, we know that he gets resurrected by some kind of entity, some ghost or something like that. Who knows? I'm assuming played by Chris Jericho because that, what did Damien Leone say about him? I've been meaning to do an update on this too. I just, you know, have not had time. Have not had too much time. As of late, this week was completely insane. I want to look up this post though to talk about with you guys real quick because I find it really interesting. So Damien Leone took to Instagram 2 days ago and said, since the cat's officially out of the bag, we're super honored to announce that the one and only Chris Jericho will be featured in Terrifier 2. Such a thrill and pleasure to work with this man. Now, I am not like, Chris Jericho's like a wrestler, I guess. I've never been really into wrestling. Not really my cup of tea, but I know a lot of horror fans are super into that as well. So that's probably really exciting if you're just hearing this for the first time. I would guess since we got this picture with, I'm assuming that's him in the middle covered in blood. Well, okay, he looks like he's going to be a security guard actually. But I remember thinking like, oh, maybe he's like this mysterious entity, but looks like he's just making a cameo appearance as a security guard. But regardless, I'm excited for the film. I'm excited to see what they do with the whole I'm really excited to see what they do with the whole fucking like the supernatural entity thing. How big of a role is that going to play in this movie? I don't know, because the first movie isn't really that supernatural until the very end. So I'm curious to see what they do. I'm excited. I'm just excited for more Art the Clown. It looks like David Howard Thornton has given us an even more electric performance than in the first one. So it's going to be special, man. It's going to be something really cool. It might be one of the best horror movies of the year. I'm really speculating that could be the case. Story couldn't be told without the last. I just don't know what you mean by that if you're talking about 5. Story couldn't be told without the last. Just saying. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I appreciate here's my thing with Screams 2 and 3. I appreciate the story of what they're trying to do. They try to make Sidney Prescott this central character. They try to make it all about her, but they're missing out on the coolest aspect of the Scream movies, which is the commentary. Like that, listen, I guarantee you, and no matter how you feel about this, fine, that's totally fine. But if Scream 1 didn't have the horror commentary in it, it would not be that big of a movie. It really wouldn't. It would be a decent slasher that we still talk about. It would be like, oh, yeah, I've seen Scream. Yeah, that's great. It would not have spawned any sequels, probably, maybe one. But if it didn't have the horror commentary, no way would that movie be as big as it is. And that, to me, is the biggest thing about those movies. And in Scream 2, you quite literally kill Randy, who is the distributor of that, of the commentary. And then in Scream 3, they bring him back for one scene, and that's really it for the horror commentary. I just don't care for that. I think that like it's quite literally killing the best part of your entire franchise, the thing that made you stand out. So that's why I'm just like, I'm not a big fan of Screams 2 and 3 for that reason. I think like I said, I don't think the Sidney story is bad through Screams 1 and 3. I think it's good. It's very cool. It's very, very consistent and well written, but like, you could have done that in any franchise, I think, and you had this opportunity to do something so different with this franchise, to do something completely different, make it a massive commentary on the entire slasher franchise, and they kind of missed that mark with 2 and 3 for me. I think 4 finally got back to that, which is why it's easily my favorite sequel. It blows every other sequel out of the water, I think. It commented on remakes specifically, but 2 and 3 had these opportunities to comment on sequels and a third movie in a trilogy, which they could have made fun of so many different franchises, and they limit it to just conversation with Randy. There's that one scene in Scream 2 that I think is excellently written with Randy talking about sequels, how they got to up the body count and all that. That's awesome. But that's really it for the commentary. I mean, it's just another slasher movie. 2 and 3 are just slasher movies essentially, and it's like it kind of became the thing that they were making fun of. And 4 finally reverted it back to what that first movie was so good at. I don't think 4 is as good as 1. It has its problems, and once again, all because of studio interference, which sucks. But I just think that 4 was just easily the best sequel for me personally. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But a lot of people love the Sydney story. A lot of people love it, and that's great. If you love it, it's well written. Like I said, it's very well written, but I think they had an opportunity to do something way more impactful to the horror genre with that franchise especially. So 5 kind of once again, it's the same problem I've had with a lot of these movies. 5 kind of comments on stuff, but it's way more focused on the character's story, which, like, I love the characters. They're great. Don't get me wrong, but why are we not if I was in charge of this franchise, the number one thing I would focus on is the commentary on horror about everything going on in the space right now. And they just kind of, the most that we get from 5 is they just kind of talk about Jordan Peele. They just kind of talk about Halloween 2018. They just kind of talk about A24 movies. And it's like, it's fine. It's okay. But the movie comments indirectly more on Star Wars than it does horror nowadays, which I don't understand. That was such a massive missed opportunity in 5. I'm glad that we at least had more characters discussing the state of horror. Like, that was cool, but they didn't actually really focus in on that commentary. And the killer's motive ends up ultimately being more about the Star Wars fandom more than anything. So I don't know, man. It's such a weird. It's so weird. I hope with 6 they actually do some kind of commentary, but who knows? Who knows, man? It would be like, to me, it's like making a Halloween movie without, like, I'm trying to think the best example of this. Like, it's like if Michael Myers had a completely different mask. Like, when you see some of these sequels where Michael has, like, the eyebrows and stuff, it's just a little off. You know what I mean? What's so scary about that original mask is that it kind of looks like a human being, but it's not. You know what I mean? But, like, it's almost like Michael's not even a human being because of how emotionless he is. So, I don't know, man. I really think that Scream 6 really, really, really needs to focus on the horror commentary, man, or it's just going to be more missed opportunities, I think. Are you glad we have Mindy and Kirby? I mean, without them, there probably wouldn't be any meta commentary for Scream anymore. I know you don't like the meta commentary for 5, but just saying. I think that they tried. You know what I mean? I think that they tried in 5. Like I said, I think they attempted to do it, but it's just not. It's unfocused. It doesn't stay consistent throughout the whole movie. They're not really talking about one specific thing. Like in 4, they have a focus on remakes. They have a very big focus on remakes. You have Kirby driving that home as well as Charlie. It's really well done. I think it's nice. It's implemented into almost like every scene too, which is cool. It's layered. And Scream 5, I feel like they kind of just, the extent of it is they kind of just name drop some horror movies that are big right now, or name drop some directors. That was really it. That's not commentary. That's just saying you liked a movie. You know what I mean? Like when Amber's like, oh, but Jordan Peele rules. That's not horror commentary. That's just expressing an opinion. They actually say and comment on things about remakes at the time in that 2011 movie in Scream 4. And that's great. That's awesome. Like, they comment on specific things that, like, a lot of people were thinking. And, like, these characters who are, like, especially, like, the evil ones, like Charlie, express some kind of whack opinions about remakes or continuations and stuff, which I think is really nice and really well written. It's easily my favorite sequel for that reason. And it's so cool. It keeps me invested the whole time while also progressing the story of the characters. So I'm not saying it was a bad move for them to constantly progress these characters, because it's not. It's a great idea. That's another thing that a bunch of slasher movies haven't done. And that's something I really respect about the Scream franchise. But my point is, with Scream 4, they can do both. Like, it's possible to do both. And the only movie to get that right out of all the sequels is the 4th film, which is, like, it's wild to me. I don't think it's that difficult of a thing to do either. But it's kind of like they don't really... It's almost like they don't know what the audience wants. It's almost like they don't understand why that movie blew up so as big as it did. Yes, the characters are great in that first movie, but there's a lot of horror movies with great characters. There's not a lot of horror movies that specifically have meta commentary on the state of the genre, which is what's so special about that franchise to me. So hopefully we can, like, and there's a right way to do it too, like how the first one does. The 4th movie, my biggest complaint about it is that it kind of overdoes the meta humor at some points. It gets a little too corny, but we'll have to see what they do with 6. I'm really hoping. I'm really hoping they get back to their roots with this one while also trying to do something original and different. If 6 is very successful, do you think they'll try to bring Sydney back in 7 or just leave it as it is? I think they'll probably bring her back if this is successful. I know I've been worried about. I have been saying like, oh, this movie's gonna make a bunch of money and they're not gonna care about Sydney anymore. They're really shooting themselves in the foot. But there's a very vocal side of the fan base that got a little vocal when Dewey died, and they were kind of pissed about that. But that's not yes, it's crazy. Like, yes, it's totally nuts to kill one of these characters, but doing Sidney Prescott dirty, like doing Neve Campbell dirty like that, this is even more of an outrage. So if the movie sucks, they will definitely bring her back for 7. No questions asked. But there is definitely that 50-50 shot that they don't bring her back if this movie still does really well and has a pretty good critical response. But however I feel about the movie, I'm going to be completely honest about it and give you my review. If it's good, I'll praise it. I'll say, hey, this is awesome. But if it sucks, I'm going to tell you why. And maybe it's because there's no Sydney. So we'll have to see. Maybe it's because they once again just make it a slasher film and there's no commentary. They could even dude, there's so many different routes they could go. Something we wanted to do in Red Right Hand that just didn't end up working with the overall thing we comment on is like, they could make fun of the past movies. They could make fun of the other Scream movies, like how the killers are always like slipping and sliding in the beer, like in that first one. They're falling all over themselves. It looks a little goofy in the costume. They could make a Ghostface who's kind of like this badass professional who's running around slicing and dicing people like it's nothing, and that could be really cool to kind of comment on the past movies themselves. Like, there's so many different routes that they could go with Scream movies. It's like crazy to me that there's 3 movies in this franchise that really don't have a focus on any horror commentary. There's just so many different Scream movies they could make, and they're just not making them. Is my opinion. But like, I still believe that this is a very consistent franchise. Like, I still really love all the Scream movies. I think they're all really well written. Even though I think 2, 3, and 5 have some shortcomings that I just talked about, they make up for it in some fucking awesome character development and some really fun moments. And like, Ghostface is super iconic. He's the face of the franchise. He's this really fucking cool killer. It's a great costume design. So I don't know. Regardless though, I'm very excited for 6. I think it's going to be good. I got my fingers crossed, man. I really do. I think that Radio Silence is no longer boxed into a certain frame. They had to fit a certain, how do I say this? They had to be a certain way for 5. They had to kick that door open to be like, hey, we're the new people here. And don't worry, we still respect Wes Craven, and we're going to show you all that in this movie. That was their focus with that film. They weren't too focused on the commentary and all that, and it shows. It shows in the movie. The commentary is not very well written. But I think that if they're going to really give us something special with a new trilogy of films, you got to give us something that's a little meta. You got to give us something that's a little well written and isn't just like shoehorned in, I guess. So I'll get off my damn soapbox. But man, it's something that's I fear is going to be missing from 6 yet again, and I just hope not, man. I hope not. Would you like to see a new reporter other than Gale in this Scream 6? Absolutely. That would be. I've talked about this picture before with Samara Weaving. She is wearing a colored dress that is very similar to Gale Weathers from the original Scream. So could she be playing a reporter character? A lot of people have pointed out that this could be the case too, because like the morning show is obviously going to be a focal point of this movie. Why else would we be going to New York City? I think that's got to be a big focus of the movie is Gale Weathers. Maybe there's this up-and-coming reporter, Samara Weaving, who's clearly an antagonist character towards her, and she could be a massive red herring for that reason, because it's like she's going against one of the beloved main characters. So immediately a red herring. That could be really nice and very well written if they take that route. And then if they don't make her the killer, that's fine. She could just be a red herring. But if they do make her the killer, also very cool motive there. She's going after Gale, going after her position and all that. That's pretty cool, man. I'd be interested in that. Alan saying, hi, I just found your channel and I love it. We don't have this horror YouTube content here in Spain and needed something like this. Already subscribed. Alan, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're digging it. That's good stuff. Hopefully we can bring you some good commentary on horror movies and such. So welcome. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by. Extron is saying Samara is a red herring. Ooh. I think I kind of agree. I think she would work best as a red herring just because everyone is speculating that she's going to be the killer in this movie. It's not just like a handful of people. No, a lot of people are thinking that. But I'm kind of down for her to be a killer. I'm going to be honest. I know it would be predictable. Like it would. There's no argument there. She would be so predictable as one of the killers. But you can't tell me she wouldn't give an amazing performance. Like you just can't tell me that she wouldn't fucking kill it. I don't know. I mean, she's amazing in the Babysitter movies. She's so good, and I just think she would kill it as a Ghostface. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It says possible for a trilogy of new Killer Clown films. What's your thoughts on that? I'm kind of just shocked they haven't made another Killer Clowns. I mean, that is such a successful horror movie for what it is. What was I reading about that? They make like a shit ton of money in merch sales, and that is a one movie franchise. Like that's got to be some kind of stat. You know, that's got to be something. It's got to mean something in this crazy world we live in. I just think, like, why haven't they made another one of these movies? It can't be that difficult to do that. It's a lot of big costumes and effects and all that for sure. But like, it's crazy to me we haven't already made that. The fact that we got a game announced before a sequel is happening is nuts to me. I love that first movie. It's definitely like, I totally agree with the typical consensus on it that it's like one of the best horror movies ever made, or best B movies, ever made. For sure. Like, it's so silly, it's so crazy, but it's so fun. Like, it's such a fun movie. I really enjoy it. I think it's a blast from start to finish, and I would be so down for some more Killer Clowns. So, talking about turning into a TV show is what I see. Okay. I'm kind of not, I wouldn't be super excited for a TV show, but like if they made it into like another movie, I'd be down for that. I'd be so down for that. But yes. Oh yeah. Sound like the Kool-Aid Man right now. Gonna jump through a fucking wall. It's gonna be awesome. Imagine Kirby and Samara are the killers. Ooh. The betrayal of having Kirby come back and be a killer. I don't think that's too out there. I don't think it's too crazy to suggest that Kirby would be a killer, but I'd almost rather see her get killed in this movie, which, like, hot take. I just think it would be really like it would be like the kill right before the reveal. Like, I don't want her to die early. That would fucking suck. That would blow. Like, tease that she's gonna be in the movie and then just kill her at the beginning. Like, no way. That would suck. But Kirby sacrificing herself to save some of these new characters, I think, would be kind of dope. Like, maybe right when the first Ghostface gets revealed, it kills Kirby, stabs her in the gut or something. And, you know, I say things like that and people are like, oh, Jake, you must hate Kirby. You want her to die. No, I don't. Like, it's not I really don't think there's this stigma right now of people who are, the argument against that right now is it would be disrespectful to kill Hayden Panettiere's character. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not disrespectful to get killed in a horror movie. I promise. I promise you that it's much more of an honor more than anything. Like, my buddy Sean invited me to be in his Alien movie, and he's like, "You're gonna get killed," and I was ecstatic. I was like, "Dude, fuck yeah, man!" I hate to sound so arrogant, but I think I had the best death in the entire movie too. And my face gets ripped off, and there's a deleted scene too where I get my entrails like ripped out by an alien. It was fucking awesome. So I don't know, to me that's an honor. You know, that's an honor for me more than anything. It's really not a disrespectful thing to kill somebody in a horror movie. I promise it's not. Hey, my favorite horror YouTuber with the epic horror collection in the background. Thank you, I appreciate that. Who else is pumped for Insidious 5, Scream 6, Halloween Ends, Conjuring 4, and The Nun 2? Holy crap, I'm pumped for all those things. Tiger Croc. Dude, I love your fucking profile picture right now. Holy shit. That really is half of a tiger and half of a croc. Nice. Would that be a A troc? A crocodile? Yes, I'm sticking with that. Crocodile. I'm probably the most excited for... that's really tough, because like Insidious 5, Scream 6, and Halloween Ends, I'm definitely the most excited for. I am excited for Nun 2. You know, that original Nun is growing on me. I didn't love it at first, but I'm excited for Nun 2. I think it's going to be cool. I don't know, like, is there confirmation? Like, I haven't been really keeping up with that, but I wonder if Tessa, whatever her name is, Farmiga, is going to be in that one too. But who knows? Who knows what they're going to do with the Nun 2? I'm just glad to see Bonnie Aaron's back as Valak. I think she's wonderful. She's an amazing creature performer. So to see more of her, that is always exciting to me personally. Crocodile, let's go. Hell yeah. I don't want Sam to die because she's kind of the only person that's continuing a story right now. So if they kill, like, to me, if they kill Sam, that just shows, like, here's the thing. If they put the focus on Jenna Ortega, which I'm sure some people would love, you know, I know a lot of people would love to see that. If they put the focus on Jenna Ortega and kill Sam, I just think that is... all that shows to me is, oh, actually, our first movie sucked, so we're going to try to correct that right now. That is the only thing that will be expressed emotion-wise if they decide to do that. To me, I really don't want them to do that. That would be so lazy. I wouldn't like that at all. I don't want Sam to die. I don't want Sam or Tara to die. I think they're both the central focus of the overall story of this, like, new trilogy that we're probably going to get. So we'll just have to see. We will have to see, my friends. But I don't think the core four is safe either. I don't think anybody's really too safe in this movie. I want to say that Gale is safe, but also probably not, which is, I think that would be a mistake to kill. It would be a mistake to kill Gale, Sam, or Tara. I think that would be, those are your three characters that I really don't think are going to die, but once again, you never know. I wonder if there will be an It Chapter 3 or an Annabelle 4. So with It, there is more It coming in a brand new series. I have not gotten an update on that recently, but I know they are in development for a brand new It series. Welcome to Derry, it's going to be called, and it's going to be a prequel to both It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2. So, gonna see some origins for Mr. Pennywise. I'm very excited for that. I would be down for, I'd be so down for an Annabelle 4, though. I honestly love all three of the Annabelle movies. I know the last one got a lot of hate, but I still had a fun time with it. I think easily some of the best characters in the entire Conjuring universe were in Annabelle Comes Home. That was probably the best part of it, you know? And there was, even though the scares are kind of lackluster, there's like 2 or 3 really good scare sequences in that movie. And I love how it sets a bunch of side stuff up really nicely. I think the what is that called? The dress or whatever that, like, when you wear it you want to kill people. That is set up so nicely in that movie. I think, like, how they show you the footage of it at first, and the girl's like terrified of it, and then she's the one who ends up kind of encountering that. I don't know. I think it's just really well written. Even though, yeah, you know, it's the scares are nowhere near as effective as the first 2 movies. I agree. I agree with that criticism, but the characters are underrated in my opinion. I think they're very well written. I'm so down for an Annabelle 4. Like, honestly, I don't know what they could do that would be higher concept than that third movie, but hey, we'll just have to see. Maybe we can call it Annabelle Escapes. Annabelle escapes from her glass dungeon. Something crazy like that. I honestly, yeah, no, I would see it. I would probably, it probably wouldn't be as good as the other. Is like Creation's the best in my opinion, but Comes Home was fun. Yeah, no Crooked Man movie still. Like they announced that a long time ago and they just still haven't done that. I would be, once again, another movie I'm very interested in seeing too. But I don't know. The Conjuring movies keep focusing on weird, like, very strange things where I feel like they could be focusing on some of the cooler entities. But I still enjoyed, like, It Comes Home. Conjuring 3 was pretty meh, but The Nun 2 will follow Sister Irene as she once again comes face to face with the demonic force Valak, the demon nun. Yes, so there you go. That answers my burning questions right there. Hey, I'm down for it. I think it'll be cool. If it's better than the original, cool. But if it's not, it'll be fun. That's kind of how I feel about it. I'm gonna see it. You know, I don't know if it's gonna be good, but I'm still excited to see it. But yeah, there's so many horror movies to be excited about. Like I did a review of The Invitation today, which I highly recommend checking out that review. If you guys have not noticed, I'm trying to whoops. Accidentally gonna loop the stream here on accident, but I am really trying to make this page more of a review page. Like I love doing the updates, they're fun, but the review videos are what I live for. So I'm gonna try and review like every horror movie that comes out. Like my Friday video will typically be a review from now on, I think, of something. Something Friday reviews is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about doing reviews on Fridays and then like a ranking video on Sundays. That's kind of like what I want the kind of schedule to be on this page. I think that would be fun. So but we got Barbarian. I'm doing a review of that for next Friday morning. Very excited for that one. Pearl, Don't Worry, Darling, Smile, Halloween Ends, Terrifier 2, Hellraiser, VHS 99. There is so much good shit coming in our future, y'all. Oh, can't wait. Parker Crane and the Red-Faced Demon, hopefully in Insidious 5. Those two are by far the skill. That's a hot take right there. I think Keyface is fucking awesome, but the red-faced lipstick demon's the best for sure. That's the one I'm really hoping for. I think for sure both of those will be in the new one though, because we have confirmation just from the plot description that the same demons are coming back to haunt both Josh and Dalton. So I think that's kind of confirmed that they're going to be back. There's no confirmation though if Joseph Bishara is going to be back as the lipstick demon, which is kind of scaring me. I hope he does the music too. I really hope that happens. Chrissy Blackwell, thank you so much. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Saying, have you noticed Scream pay homage to Halloween but is never reciprocated? Well, one time in H2O, they're watching Scream 2, so there's that. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, for the most part, they do kind of. Scream is mostly fanboying to Halloween, not so much the other way around. So, but I do appreciate that in H2O that they do that. But I will say, kind of makes it paradoxical, which is interesting. So it really makes you question, like, wait, so if Scream exists in this universe, how are they watching the first Halloween in the first Scream movie? Like, what? What? Makes you question. Chrissy, thank you so much for the support, though. I really appreciate that. Keyface is my third favorite demon in the franchise. Okay. I appreciate that. I just don't think that I don't know. I don't think that Parker Crane is, I think, why I don't like Insidious 2 as much as many other people. It's fine. It's a fine villain. But I've always been more interested in like The Man Who Can't Breathe and Keyface. Like they're so gross. I love and The Man That Can't Breathe is such a simple design, but like when he walks around, he's got like the black footprints and stuff. That's so gross. That's such a nice touch to what otherwise would have been just a really simple character. I don't know. I just think that's just really nice and so gross. And the jump scares in that third movie are by far the best. Like, hot take. I think that's the scariest Insidious movie, even though the first one is phenomenal, has some of the best jump scares. The one jump scare is like the best of maybe all time. But dude, that third movie is terrifying. Like, fuck, man. When she looks out the window at first and like he's dead, like on the ground, and then like they go back and then like it does the same shot again. That is so experimental with the camera, and it's so cool. It's like the lean down like that, then the retract, and then another lean down all in the same shot for like a big jump like that. That's just so cool to me. Oh, that's so well done. That third movie is so underrated. I don't know. I fucking love that one. Don't Breathe versus Don't Breathe 2. Apparently we got a Don't Breathe 3 on the way too. Don't Breathe, I definitely like the first one better, but the second one's hella underrated. Like, I think a lot of people missed the point of that movie. They saw the marketing for it and they were like, oh, you're making this creepy jerk the protagonist now? Like, what the hell? That's not at all what the movie makes a very, very clear point of that, and so many people have missed that, I think, about Don't Breathe 2. That is such an underrated sequel. I think it's great. Once again, another movie that world builds really well. I definitely would have rather have seen a Don't Breathe that takes place with I cannot remember this actress's name, but the girl from the first movie who is also Mia in Evil Dead 2013. Let me just look this up. Hang on, because I'm just gonna Jane Levy. I would have preferred a Jane Levy driven movie once again with Don't Breathe 2. They kind of hinted at that at the end of the first Don't Breathe, that like, oh, the old man is still out there and he's coming to get you. But then they kind of just make the movie about him. He's still in Detroit and all that. And I don't know. I think I would have preferred a Don't Breathe 2 that does that. But I do still love where the movie goes. And they make a very clear point to say that the old man is not a good guy. And if you thought that about the movie, I just don't know what to say. There's multiple times in the first act, second act, and especially the third act that say like, no, he's not a good guy. He's not on a redemption arc. They're not trying to redeem this horrible character. He's still an asshole at the end of the day, despite what he does. And he even says it. He even admits that himself. So I don't know, man. I don't know how else to take that movie besides that. And I just feel like a lot of people just saw the trailer and they're just going off of that. That's why they never saw it. I don't know. That's just my hot take on it. But I definitely like Don't Breathe 1 more, but Don't Breathe 2 is underrated. It's kind of an underdog, which is why I think I like it so much. I'm really rooting for that movie. I like it. There's really only one protagonist character in the whole movie. It's the little girl, Phoenix. That's it. Like, it's just that character is the only protagonist, really, and that's about it. Movie makes that unbelievably clear. Like, I don't know how so many people missed that. I don't know. The Conjuring 3 is good, but I prefer the second one way more than the new one. A lot of people fucking love The Conjuring 2, like, even over the first one, which, like, I like the second Conjuring. It's fucking awesome. Definitely one of the best from that entire franchise, but I just don't think it's better than the first movie, personally. It definitely dives into some more, like, realistic stuff with, like, how the Warrens, like, attempted to, do, like, ghost hunting and all that. So I appreciate that. There's some scenes of that are really extensive that I don't really find scary, but are like, oh, this is like something that they would actually do, and it's definitely a closer movie to what the Warrens were like, who they actually were, and all that, which I won't express my opinion on the real life people, but I've heard it's a controversial take, but I think that the first Conjuring movie is probably my favorite, though, because it's so awesome. It's so scary. It blew my mind the first time I saw it. I love the setting too. I think the setting of the first one is so cool. It's like iconic. Like, you see that house, you know exactly what that movie's from. It's almost like the Amityville house, It's like that iconic to me. I don't know. It's great. Can't wait to see which ending they use for Halloween Ends. 2 versions were shot, but with subtle changes. So I know they filmed extra footage, but is it confirmed that it was the ending? Because I remember reading that they just did reshoots and there was no confirmation as to what they filmed. But there was confirmation that they did a test screening and there was something they wanted to change. So they did just a couple of days of reshoots to change something and fix it up. So I love this theory. Don't get me wrong. I love this theory about Peacock. And also, one more thing. This is a Ghostface in the chat, so that only calls for one thing. Holy shit, it's Ghostface! There you go, right there. But I love this theory. I love this theory about, like, Peacock is going to have a different version than what's going to theaters. That would be fucking awesome. I don't know if there's any truth to it, though. Hopefully. I got my fingers crossed. I got my fingers crossed that happens. Ghostface. So there was 2 different versions shot. Some of the changes were made at Laurie's house leading up to the ending. Well, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see when it comes out in October. I'm excited. My problem with The Conjuring 3 is it didn't really... Yeah, like, the opening scene's great, and, like, after that, it just kind of turns into, like a mystery movie, which I think is just a weird choice with Conjuring 3. I don't know. I gotta watch it again. It deserves a rewatch, I think, but... I don't know. I just was not impressed. I also only watched it once at like 3 a.m. when it dropped on HBO Max. So, like, maybe that's not fair. But I was pretty like, yeah, it's all right, I guess. So, but yeah, I see a lot of people talking about how like they're really worried about Corey and like what if my thoughts if the Michael who actually dies as Corey and the real Myers is not in the film very much. Like, that, we all know that would suck. Like, everyone, I feel like that's just so, oh God, that would just be so disappointing. I feel like that can't be something I'm the only one thinking. Like, there's no way I'm the only person who would be disappointed by that. And I think the directors, the writers know that. And I really think Corey is going to be this device that brings the two characters together. You have to write that in. You had to write something in to bring the two characters together. Otherwise, it just wouldn't make sense. If Michael is randomly going after Laurie in this movie, that would also suck because that was heavily established in the last movie not to be the case. So to me, I'm not super worried about Corey Cunningham. I just think he might put on a Michael Myers costume at some point in the movie. That could be the case. But I really think the extent of his character is going to be to bring the two characters together at some point in the movie. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, if they fuck it up, they fuck it up, and I will be shocked if they just decide to have Corey Myers run around the whole movie. I don't know what to tell you about that if that's the case. That's just completely insane. But no, please, no spoilers. Absolutely not, Ghostface. I see that you are most likely new here, but no spoilers here. Very strict policy on that too. So I don't want to know anything about the end of the movie at all. I get it's exciting to read spoilers and stuff, but I really care about these movies. I'm really excited for them, and the first time I get that information I want it to be from the movie. I think if you spoil something, for me, if I get spoiled, I'm aware now. I'm actually kind of shocked at how many people don't care about spoilers, but if I get something spoiled, I don't even care to watch it anymore. I probably won't watch the movie if I had somehow gotten wind of what the ending was. There'd be no excitement. Why would I go watch it after it got spoiled? I don't know. I've never understood that, but I know there's a lot of people who don't care about spoilers, but it would just ruin the movie for me if I found that out beforehand. So I know you can, and that's the thing about any movie out there right now, you can find, if you look deep enough, you can find spoilers. I know some people will comment on my videos and be like, oh my God, this news is everywhere now, Jake. You got to be reporting on the deeper, crazier cuts and all that. And I'm like, but if you can't do that, because if you keep digging, you will find out everything there is to know about a movie. If I could tell you, I could probably, if I spent 3 hours digging through Reddit, you could probably find everything there is to know about this upcoming Scream film. You could probably find out everything there is to know about Halloween Ends just from a little bit of research. And I don't get it. I'll never understand why. I get why people post them because they want the attention, but I don't know why. I just don't understand willingly subjecting yourself to spoilers for a movie you're excited for. I don't know. I'll never be able to wrap my head around it. But if that's something that's totally cool with you, fine, totally cool. But also just be aware that some of us are like me who don't want to get spoiled. So don't throw spoilers in the chat, please. That's all I'm asking. Sorry I went on a big rant about that. I just feel very passionately about that. Kind of had spoilers in the trailer last year, so hopefully we don't get a dose of that in the month to come. Good point. That's a great point. I really hope that's not the case with the Ends marketing. The final trailer for Halloween Kills basically showcases everything cool about that movie. Everything. I was so disappointed watching that trailer. And then I also had someone comment a big spoiler about Halloween Kills, talking specifically about the flashback scenes, which I genuinely didn't know about before I had gotten that comment, and then watched that trailer all in the same day, and I was just like, well, fuck. So that scene definitely did not hit as hard as it probably should have, but I do still appreciate the flashbacks in Halloween Kills. I think the attention to detail there is fucking phenomenal. It's awesome. It's really well done. But yeah, I like reporting. I will report on what we get. If we get an official report of something, it's something the studio wants us to see, I'll talk about that. But I just don't know if I want to talk about more. I don't want to get more into it than just that. I don't want to put something out there that I just don't want to put something out there that would spoil it for someone else. So, and yes, the new trailer was pretty devoid of anything that's happening in the movie. I really like the marketing so far. I like how they're teasing it as this big fight between Laurie and Michael and all that. That's cool. I like that the new trailer was very mysterious, very, very focused on the hands, which was kind of the big clue that Corey is going to be basically Michael Myers at some point in the movie. But I just really hope that they don't make Corey Myers the whole movie. That would blow. When do I think the full-on Hellraiser trailer will come out? Probably in the next week, it would be my guess. They just teased us with a little tiny teaser. And considering that Hellraiser comes out October 7th, anytime we could get a full trailer, honestly. I would not be surprised if it came out next week at all. So considering that it's coming to Hulu relatively soon, yeah, we'll probably get a trailer here anytime now. So I'm very excited. Very, very, very excited. Yeah. Yeah. As Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit would say. Speaking of Mr. Fred Durst, the guy's going to be in an A24 horror movie, which is kind of fucking wild. So I don't even know, like that's crazy to me. That's like a dream come true. It's kind of insane. Limp Bizkit is a band I like to poke fun at many times. I think they're a very silly, goofy band. So I'm very excited to see Fred Durst bring his talents to a new horror movie. That's going to be something else. If you guys have seen the horror movie he directed too, The Fanatic, that's something. That's a fucking movie right there, man. That is something to watch. That's something you got to check out. So, Dead Limp. Oh, damn. Is your biscuit limp though? That's the real question. But yeah, I am of all the movies that are coming out soon. What's the one I'm probably the most excited for? I'm really excited for Pearl, guys. Like I don't know, man. Pearl looks so fucking cool. I love the aesthetic of it. It's got like that Technicolor look to it. I think it's gonna be great. I don't know. Pearl's gonna be fucking dope. I'm really excited for a sequel to X2. I wonder what they're gonna call it though. Based off of the soundtrack, there's like the last song is like something about like the daughter coming home or something. Have our daughter come home. I think it's got to be all about the preacher and Maxine's relationship to him. Bring our daughters home. I think something like that, like a title like that would be kind of dope. So, but I'm so excited for Pearl. Pearl's gonna be so good. Oh, gonna get some nasty kills. I also think it's funny that they wrongly said crocodile in some of the marketing for the new movie. Like, there's no crocodiles in Texas, to my knowledge. There are a bunch of alligators, but yeah, it's an interesting thing there in some of the marketing for it I've seen. Find that interesting, but regardless, I'm just very excited for it. I'm so excited for it, man. Pearl's gonna be so good. Mia Goth is fucking amazing. Ugh, she won't be in a dual role this time, but she is so fucking good. Ugh, I cannot wait to see. Can't wait to see it. Limp Bizkit is one of my favorite bands. First concert I saw live back in 2000, Anchor Management Tour. Oh, at least he didn't have to see him at Woodstock '99. If you know what happened there, that's something crazy. You did not want to be at that concert. But we make fun of Limp Bizkit a little bit in Red Right Hand. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the extent of what I can say there. But I've always been fascinated with that band. So that's my extent of it. Always been fascinated. I wish I could talk about it. I cannot, like, you have no idea. I cannot wait for the first stream back after everyone has seen the movie and we can talk about it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna put out the movie December 20th. We'll have a bunch. We're working on a bunch of other stuff to post afterwards, but I'm probably gonna be done for the year after the movie comes out. I'm gonna take some time to rest because it has been nonstop work, like every single day for the past couple of months. So I'm very excited I'm excited for some time off, for some time to just kind of chill. But I can't wait for you guys to see the movie too. Like it's gonna be fucking awesome. Oh, it's gonna be nasty, and we'll be able to talk about it, all, spoilers and all. So that I'm excited for. And please rip it apart, please. If you hate it, like I want to know. I want to know so I can do better next time. Hopefully with a bigger budget. So feel like that's why they didn't make a lot at the box office, because Jane Levy wasn't in it. But I kind of like Don't Breathe 2. More TBH feels more like a slasher. Yeah. Don't Breathe 2 has some really well executed sequences. It's just as tense as the original, I think. The only difference, I think, is I like the characters definitely much more in the original. You have fucking what's his name from Scream in there. Jane Levy is great. Wes from Scream 5. The actor's name is slipping me right now, but I'm really excited for it. Like I really think it's gonna be cool. The Don't Breathe 3, I mean, of course. So I wonder I don't know what the hell they'll do with the Don't Breathe 3. It's probably gonna have to be like some sort of prequel, I would imagine. But I don't think they could make a sequel personally, unless they, zombie old man character. He's got a bunch of turkey basters spraying at people. That'd be great. Final Destination 6, December 2022. Is that confirmed? Not to my knowledge. So I know Final Destination 6 is happening, but no, not too much has been revealed about it yet. I don't think we have a release date as of right now. But man, I'm excited for it. With Final Destination 6, I just hope that they keep everything that's great about the franchise going, because I fucking like the 5th movie is my favorite in the whole franchise. I think that twist at the end was awesome. And besides that, I think Final Destination 5 is kind of something like all the Final Destination movies are kind of the same thing over and over again with different different situations that are really well written. I think I like all 5 of the movies. Hot take. Like, I know some people really hate 4, but I think all of them are great. But I hope that they do something like how the Saw movies do. There's always just one thing twisted, like a one little thing twisted or some crazy twist at the end you didn't see coming. And that's why I think Jigsaw is probably the worst Saw movie, but like all the Saw movies are worth watching, I think, for sure. So this franchise can also do that same thing. I think it's just gotta find that way to twist that knob in a different direction than the franchise has ever done before. Which everything we kind of know about it, it's a very mysterious project. We don't know too much about it, but the one thing they reported on was that it was going to be about like first responders and like essential workers and stuff. So I wonder how they can make that keep that relevant to now. I'm excited to see if they kept that theme or if they changed it or what was going on there. I'm just excited for another Final Destination for sure. I agree with what Fate said earlier. We need Friday the 13th to start fresh and new. I don't want them to explore the story from the original. I agree. I don't think we need to see, I've talked about this already. I don't think we need to see like Tommy Jarvis or like Ginny come back or something and be like, 40 years ago, Jason fucked me up real bad. Like, it's just Laurie Strode all over again, man. We don't need to do that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 is living proof that doesn't work with every franchise. It works with some franchises, for sure, but not every franchise, especially not. Friday needs to be a little more simple. It needs to be a little more chilled out Friday, but just simple plot. Have camp counselors running around Crystal Lake again. Just simple premise. Change up a few things here and there. Make it your own, of course. I think they got to make it a movie that's more like that's more like X or more like Friday 2009. Like, you need strong characters in these movies to work nowadays. Like I've talked about this before in other movies. A lot of slashers today kind of fail because the slasher genre is as old as time, pretty much. Like, they've been doing slasher movies since like for forever now. Like, the 80s popularized it, but like late 70s is when that was really starting to get together. That's a long time for a subgenre to be around. And yes, it is like one of the most popular subgenres in horror, of course. Like, that's not even an argument, but yeah, there's so many fucking slasher movies. Like, there's so many of them. You got to find a way to stand out, to be better than stuff from the past, or it's just gonna fall to the wayside. So Friday the 13th needs to have good characters. That would be a big standout. Not a lot of these movies have good characters, so if they were to have really well written like characters like X does, like I think X, all the characters across the board are phenomenal, fucking great ideas all the way around. They got to do something like that. They have to do something along those lines for Friday and start fresh. You know, you got to do something that's never been done before. I don't want to see the same story told again. But hey, we'll just have to see what they do. 2023, baby, we're getting something. Legion with the $2 super chat. Thank you for that. I appreciate the support. Saying is BBB or bodies times 3, bodies. Is it pretty good? Yeah, I liked it. I know a lot of people, I think, have missed the point of the film, but I fucking loved it. It's a satire on Gen Z and like that entire like that generation. It's basically making fun of Gen Z entirely. And I think if you watch it from that perspective, you'll really like it. But I think a lot of people just went into it wanting to hate it. I think, honestly, that's kind of that's just my hot take. I feel like a lot of people just wanted to go into that movie and wanted to hate it, and they missed the point. It's not another I Know What You Did Last Summer TV series. It's not another thing like that where it's like, this is fine, but like it's trying a little too hard to relate to a young audience. Bodies is making fun of that entirely, I think, and that's what's great about it. I loved it. There's a phenomenal twist. Don't get that thing spoiled for you before you see it. I think it's really well written. It's definitely one of my favorite horror films for the year. I really enjoyed it. It's really cool. I fuck with it, as Pete Davidson's character would probably say. So yeah, no, it's fucking sick. It's good. I don't know where it ranks in my top 10 though. Like I did a A24 ranking list the other day, which one of my favorite videos I've done on the page so far. That video, it made it to my top 10, but it was pretty low. Like the bodies I put pretty low. But I still really like it. It's a good movie, but there's so many good A24 movies though. That's the other thing. It's kind of hard to be like, oh, this one's great, but yeah. Kevin Bacon comes back. I would actually be so down for that. Put Kevin Bacon there as like one of the higher ups or something. He's running the thing. He's hiring all the teenagers. I'd be so down for that. That could be really funny. I mean, he's doing slasher movies now, so why not put him in the new Friday the 13th? That could be cool. But I just like, that's my one thing about it. I just don't want it to be a whole movie about that, you know, and I just don't want it to be a whole movie about bringing back past characters. There's just not that many strong characters in the Friday franchise, so I just don't think it'll work with Friday to go the typical requel route. I love that. Legion with a $5 super chat now. Holy crap. Thanks, Legion. I appreciate the support, man. Saying Nope came out on streaming today. Haven't seen it. Gonna watch it tonight. Ooh, another one you don't want to get spoiled, man. Go watch that one. Go have fun with it. Nope was one of the best horror movies of the year, I think, for sure. That was a lot of fun. It's a bit clunky, but I really appreciate everything that movie does. It's very original. I've never seen a movie quite like it. So I think with that, it's really tough to it's not tough to compare it to other things, but it's just like I've never seen a movie that tries as many weird, risky moves that movie does, and to do it so well, to stick the landing with most things, I think is really impressive. So no, I fucking loved it. Nope is like second favorite probably of the year for me. Nope was so cool, man. Ugh. And you know, I'll say this, hot take. Nope is definitely my least favorite Jordan Peele movie, but I don't think there's, besides X, which is every time I watch it, I think it gets better. Besides X, I don't think that there was another 10 out of 10 horror movie this year. I had like one little issue with everything, where last year there was some fucking bangers. There were some amazing horror movies last year. Everything's been consistently like an 8, almost everything has been like a consistent like 8 out of 10 this year for me, which I think is interesting. But I feel like that's about to change. We're getting a lot of really crazy movies coming up. I already talked about like Barbarian Pearl, Don't Worry Darling, Smile, Halloween Ends, Terrifier 2 is the one I'm eyeballing, as well as VHS 99. I really think Terrifier 2 and VHS 99 could be bangers. They have the potential. Could be 10 out of 10s for me, but we'll have to see. Feel I'll find it cringe. That's the point. I'm an immature 34-year-old, but still a 34-year-old. Yeah, no, it's that's kind of the point of the movie though. Like you're supposed to find it kind of cringy. But then like you see why all of that works with the characters and stuff. So I feel like if you can make it past the majority of the movie, which it's not a hard watch by any means. I actually think there's some really funny sequences. There's definitely there are a few cringy lines, and there's like a scene where they're doing like they're making a TikTok and stuff at one scene. So that's like a little cringy for sure. But I think it all works. I think everything they're trying to, if you didn't have that, there would be something missing with the movie though. And it all works for what the film is trying to say. And it's nice. It's really well done. It's really well written. I know a lot of us were scared going into that movie. It had a lot of rewrites. They had to bring in a bunch of, a lot of people to rewrite that movie, including Chloe Okuno, who worked on VHS 94. But they fixed it, man. They fixed a lot of things with it, and it's fucking cool. I got to read like a spec script or whatever for like the original version. So and it's fine. Like what I read, it's basically it's pretty way more simple than what what it ended up being, which I appreciate. So, what is Barbarian about? Barbarian, I don't really know what the fuck it's about. I'm gonna be honest. It is Bill Skarsgård in a horror movie with Justin Long is also in it. I can't remember the main girl's name, but I'm excited for this. The trailer looks really mysterious. I almost don't want to look more into it, but the plot synopsis reads, a young woman discovers the rental home she booked is already occupied by a stranger. Against her better judgment, she decides to spend the night, but soon discovers there's a lot more to fear than just an unexpected house guest. So once again, plot synopsis is very mysterious, which I really appreciate. I'm so excited for movies like this. I love when you go into a horror movie and you genuinely don't know what to expect. Like I said, Bill Skarsgård is in it. The main girl is Georgina Campbell. Okay, I don't think I know her from anything else. But we also have Justin Long. Richard Brake is in the movie. It's got a fantastic cast. What is Georgina Campbell from? I'm just gonna look. I'm I'm on a live stream right now. I know, but yeah, no, I haven't seen anything else she's in. But that name sounds eerily familiar. Regardless, I'm excited for the film. I love, like, everybody who's attached to this project is Sarah Paxton's in it too. I didn't even notice that until now. So yeah, no, it's gonna be a good movie. I think it's gonna be really good. I'm excited. But yeah, what's your favorite and least favorite of the? I'm gonna guess of the year so far. My favorite is definitely X. X is the only movie to really just fucking really blow my mind this year. Just like all the way through. I think it's incredible. It's easily the best scripts that I've seen so far this year. It was fucking awesome. My least favorite was probably They/Them, but Dashcam was also not very good. So those are my two least favorites. Actually, The Fucking Invitation was pretty bad too. I'd put that down there too. Those three were probably kind of the bottom of the barrel for this year, I think, so far. At least that I've seen. I also just watched that Glorious movie that's been getting a lot of hype on Twitter. I just didn't care for it. I think it was like the practical effects were fucking awesome and Glorious, but the plot is it's another movie with just no plot. It's got a lot of really cool fucking things going on, but the majority of that movie is filler. The majority of that movie is filler. It should have just been a short film, I think. So Legion throwing a $2 super chat out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I started Incantation, but I have not finished it. It's got a very promising start, though. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far with it. I want to finish it, but I'm also just like, do I finish it or do I don't know. Is it worth it? I hope so. I hope it's good. It had a promising start, though, like I said, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see where it goes. But it seems sick. I will check it out as soon as possible. I kind of had to see. I watch like Netflix and all that on my PlayStation 4, and I kind of had to use the extended storage drive from that for something else recently because I am completely broke and couldn't go buy another one. So I kind of can't use my PlayStation now, and that was the only place where I was logged in on Netflix. So I gotta do that all on my phone now. So that's like a really weird thing to have a problem with. That's the only streaming service where I don't have like the password written down too. So I gotta figure that out. But it's all good. But it's all good. All mucho bueno. So. But yes. COP wants Michael to win in Halloween Ends. I don't think that's impossible, man. I think that's totally plausible. This isn't like the most optimistic timeline, not at all. But I really think that's entirely possible. I know they're kind of advertising this movie as like really positive for Laurie. Laurie looks a whole lot better in all these trailers and teasers we're doing. She doesn't look like she's been like in the past two movies. She's just a wreck the entire time. So I could totally see Michael winning at the end though, and I don't think I would be bothered by it because it's been set up so well. Like it's unprecedented in fucking Resurrection. It's just like why? Like why did this even need to be here? This is not even necessary, but yeah. Now though, I feel like it's been built up so much that they could kill Laurie in the next movie, and it would be fine. I'd be okay with it. Have you heard Kanye, the new Kanye song with Eminem? I have not. I do. I like both of those artists though. I'll have to check it out. Smile kind of reminds me of The Thing. Ooh. Interesting. Smile is giving me like The Ring or like Truth or Dare vibes. It kind of feels like that to me. I can already tell just from like how it was filmed though. It looks like a much more professional movie. So I think that's why I'm really intrigued by it. The fucking trailer I'm so interested in, where like the Truth or Dare trailer, like I just knew that was gonna be kind of meh. So, but the Smile trailer has me really intrigued. I'm very pumped for it. I think it's gonna be cool. So, I'm excited. I actually don't like. I know I kind of just threw some shade towards Truth or Dare. I actually don't hate that movie. Fun fact. I feel like it's mildly underrated. Not like, oh, this is the most underrated movie ever. No, it's got its problems, but I think it does some really interesting. It makes some really cool decisions that I was not expecting. I won't really go into it if you haven't seen it. I think it's got a really nice ending though. Even though there's some whack stuff going on in that movie. Jason Goes to Hell or Halloween Resurrection, which one's better? I feel like Jason Goes to Hell easily. Jason Goes to Hell is it's whack, but it tries to be cool. It tries to be something different. Halloween Resurrection is not a movie trying to be something different. It's just trying to bank off of all the Scream stuff that's going on at the time. And just like H2O, but it just does it so much worse, man. Halloween Resurrection is like unwatchable to me personally, but Jason Goes to Hell is at least fun. I think it's like, once again, the worst Friday movie, but I don't know. Not a Halloween Resurrection fan. Not at all. I see a lot of love for it though in the chat, which is surprising, but hey, okay. If you like it, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good. I'm glad someone enjoys it. I'm glad someone's out there watching it. I'm kind of debating getting the fucking box set of the 4Ks too. I'm like, kind of want to complete the collection. You know, these are amazing scans of these movies. I bought Halloween 5 too, and I also am not a fan of that movie, but the scan just looks so good. Like, I mean, the 4K scan's amazing. So I'm intrigued. I'm definitely going to get Curse because it's got the producer's cut in 4K, which I think is fucking awesome. So that's going to be a must buy for me. But do I get H2O and Resurrection? I don't know. Maybe H2O. Like, actually, yeah, H2O I'll probably get. But 6 is going to be a must buy for me because they got that producer's cut on there. So, but I am probably going to be wrapping up here just in a second. But I will answer a few more questions, then I'm going to peace out. Have you heard about the new Bring It On? Yeah, the Cheerleaders Must Die movie or whatever. Yeah, that looks goofy. You know, I think that's going to like Sci-Fi in October, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm. I'll check it out. You know, it's one of those. I'll check it out. Sure. Yeah. I'm here. Been MIA lately. That's okay. It's all right. I'm just glad you're here now. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out in the final minutes of the stream. Craven likes Halloween Resurrection more than Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. That's tough because Halloween 2 it's something. I think Halloween 2, at least once again, it attempts to do some weird different things, where Resurrection I just feel like is kind of just banking on what was popular at the time. At least you can at least say Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 tried to do something different. I actually like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 more than the first Rob Zombie movie. After rewatching them, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Halloween 2 is definitely better, but they're both kind of just eh. Okay, see, this is what I thought at first, but then my buddy sent me a link showing that you can buy them separately. See, that's what I thought. But I guess now they might be available separately. So I really don't want to buy all 3 of them. I'm gonna be honest. You're essentially paying like $30-$40 for like Halloween Resurrection, and I don't know. I'm just not gonna watch it. You know, it's just not I don't know. I really don't like that movie. Which I'm so glad some people do though. I'm so glad that some people are fans of it, but. You'd have to talk to my friend Sean from Zomleader Studios. He is on top of the physical media news like fucking crazy. He keeps me updated on all that shit. So he's awesome. Sean's the fucking goat. So Sean is also in our movie too. Massive shout out to him. Sean's fucking awesome. Zomleader Studios, that guy's awesome. So if you guys don't watch all of his movies and stuff, hell yeah. Check it out. I'm in I've talked a little bit about Casadastrophobia. that I'm in. I'm in his Alien movie, which is it was a really fun time filming that. It's a cool movie too. I think it's really fun. Not spoiling anything, but what are your thoughts if another studio continues on with the Halloween franchise, or are you ready to say goodbye after? I'm like, I'll never understand people who are just like done with franchises. Like they're like, okay, that should be the last movie. It's like, but why? Like, what if someone approaches the podium with a good idea? I say then go for it. Then go for it is what I think. So like, I don't think the franchise should just be done like after this. We can start a new timeline. That's also not the crazy. Like, what are we gonna make it? I don't know. I'll never understand people who are like, no, it's done. Let's just leave it at that. No, if someone has a good idea, let's fucking go for it. Let's make it. It's not gonna, like, to me, I don't think any new movies are gonna like ruin the original. I personally don't think. I can just pretend they don't exist if they suck, like Resurrection. So I can just pretend like that movie just never happened, and one of the endings to the timeline is Laurie chopping off Michael's head, and that's totally fine. So, but I would be so down for them to do a new timeline. I don't really want them to continue this story. This is called, I mean, the movie's called Halloween Ends. I just feel like this is a final chapter situation all over again. You can't call your movie Halloween Ends and then just not end it. I think that would just be really weird if they continued a story with Allison later on. I love Andy Matichak, but I'm kind of just like, let's just cut this timeline here. Let's end it. Let's end it there and then have it be that. That would be cool. But if they start a new timeline, brand new story with Michael Myers, I'm there. I'm checking it out. I think that would be great. That conceptually, I think would be the best thing to do next is instead of doing another continuation to the original or a sequel or whatever, just do a new story with Michael Myers. Brand new story, like brand new take. Kind of like what Rob Zombie attempted to do, but I don't know, man. I just think Rob Zombie missed the point of what was so cool about that original Halloween, the mystique behind the character. And I just feel like over-explaining his character is what kind of ruins the zombie movies for me. I could deal with the constant brutality where you just never get a break. I could deal with that, but they just over-explain. My least favorite thing about it is they just over-explain the fuck out of Michael, and it's just like, okay, well, that just doesn't make me interested as much though. So I'm just so excited for Halloween Ends, though. I really think it's going to be good. I have faith in the movie. I really do. I think I'm going to like it better than Kills. I think, and that to me is a win. That's a win for me in the franchise. If it ends well, and it's something that's well written and not like just a cheap fake out where it's like, oh, actually both of them are still alive and we're going to make more movies to make more money, then okay, well that's the worst possible thing that can happen in my mind. But the best thing is just to have either Laurie or Michael die at the end. I'm really not going to care either way. I think it'll be cool to see one of them fall. I think that will be just kind of sick to me. Or if they both die too, I'm kind of okay with that as well. Maybe Laurie kills Michael and then dies from her wounds. That, like, maybe she got stabbed a bunch. I'm okay with that too, honestly. I think that would be fine as long as one defeats the other. I think that to me is what's so interesting about this movie. So I would like to see one defeat the other and just have it be that. Why not? Why not just do that in one of these timelines? I feel like that's totally plausible. In one of the, like, I kind of like that there's like a multiverse of different endings to this story. It's cool. It's cool to me. I think that's like a big attraction to it for me. So, but thank you all so much for watching the stream tonight. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. And I'm gonna go take a little nap because I still have to do a lot tomorrow, and I'm stressing out, but it's all good. We're all vibing here. Thank you so much for joining me on the stream tonight, and go check out my review of The Invitation if you haven't seen that yet. It's a good video. You won't regret it. You won't regret watching that, and I'll save you from having to watch that movie in theaters. So there you go. Thanks for watching this video tonight, guys. Thank you all. Don't forget to kill it out there. Peace out.